Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Hi everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Astoundcast episode number 19. Ho ho ho. Big number coming up.
Wow.
I know. Can't believe it's been almost 20 episodes of this. Oh. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're all doing well today. And, well, today I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Especially in the motorsports section. Which, as always, is going to come first. So, shall we move on to that part, Roxanne?
Might as well.
Well, unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch today's Formula One race.
Darn.
Due to being out for watching Shrek in the cinema, which is now celebrating 20 years.
Wow. Actually, that's... How has it been 20 years?
I don't know, but I now feel stupidly old.
Good job.
Like, that film is only 3 months older than me, I think.
Just under a month for me.
Oof. Yeah. So, motorsports. From what I've heard, today's F1 race in Monza, home of the Tifosi and Ferrari and Alfa Romeo, was a bit of a crazy one. I have a few minor details, so I'm just going to discuss what I know. Well, at one point, Max Verstappen had a 11-second pit stop.
Yeah.
For not being able to get the right front wheel on.
All right.
And then when he left the pits, he went a bit gung ho, and then on the chicane just after the pits, crashed straight into Lewis Hamilton and knocked them both out of the race.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It has been said that if the halo wasn't there, Lewis Hamilton would be dead right now.
Oh, no.
Because Max Verstappen's rear right wheel was pretty much on top of his head.
Oh.
However, with the halo being just above the head, it was actually resting on the halo. So.
Wow.
And Mr. I find it so disrespectful that he celebrated his win while I was in hospital. Didn't even bother to check if Lewis was okay as he got out of the car.
Oh, that's just not on.
Yeah, because Max Verstappen, when he crashed at Silverstone, said it was really disrespectful that Lewis Hamilton celebrated his home win while he supposedly knew that Max was in hospital but didn't actually know till after the podium.
Yeah, no, that's just rough.
And he literally just got out of the car and walked away.
Wow.
Didn't even look at Lewis.
Wow.
So yeah, and that a little incident has got him a 3-second penalty for the next race. No, sorry, not a 3-second, a 3-place grid penalty in Sochi, which is the week after next. So wherever he qualifies for Sochi, he will start 3 places further back.
Yeah.
So the highest he can get is 4th.
Makes sense, but still.
Yeah, right. And Christian Horner and Max Verstappen, you can both tell they know that Max is in the wrong because they have basically said nothing.
Yeah.
But in other positive news, something happened in today's race that hasn't happened for 9 years.
Oh?
A McLaren won too.
Yay!
With Daniel Ricciardo taking the win with his teammate Lando Norris finishing in 2nd, which is now his career best finish so far.
That's cool.
Yeah, with the outgoing Valtteri Bottas in 3rd to Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty good weekend for McLaren. Like, I'll admit, from what I've seen from McLaren this weekend, they've been really good at this track.
That's always good, at least.
Yeah, so hopefully that trend will continue and the rise and the return of McLaren to the top will go a bit quicker because we actually had a McLaren legend at the race today in the McLaren garages in Emerson Fittipaldi.
Oh.
As his grandson is now racing in Formula 2, which was on yesterday, so he was there to watch his old team race in this race and see the team's first win for 9 years.
Well, that's always cool thing to hear.
And just for reference as to how long ago this truly was, the last race won, and who it was won by, was in Canada in 2012 by Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton were the top two.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Seems
yeah,
like it.
glad to see McLaren have done so well. Daniel Ricciardo physically can't stop smiling now due to a bet with McLaren's CEO, as he owns one of Dale Earnhardt Senior's cars, and he was a massive Dale Earnhardt Senior fan. So the bet was, if he gets a win or a podium with McLaren in this season, he will let him drive that car.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's one of Dale Earnhardt Senior's race cars, but I know it's a car that he owns. So I'm not sure if it was one of his stock cars or his actual road car.
It still sounds so weird, someone having a stock car.
I know. Yeah. What I recently found is NASCAR isn't the name of the actual cars. It's the sanctioning body.
No way.
So we have the FIA, and the Cup Series has NASCAR. So, and it's just convenient that it's ended in the word car. So it's been accidentally co-opted.
Just accidentally.
Yeah. But yeah, so but I managed to segue this so well. NASCAR happened this morning. Like the race took place at midnight over here.
Yeah.
And it was at Richmond Raceway in Virginia, the second race of the NASCAR playoffs. And to my surprise, we actually had a winner from Joe Gibbs Racing who run the Toyota Camrys. And the winner was Martin Truex Jr., who has apparently been doing really well all weekend.
Well,
so, yeah.
It happens.
So that's 2 playoff races and 2 different winners. But unfortunately, I'm not sure who's been knocked out of the playoffs now, because after last week's race at Darlington, somebody else got knocked out. I can't remember who it was, but I also don't know who this week's knocked out driver is. Because that information isn't very well found, isn't easily found in the UK.
Yeah, guess we're going to have to do research on that at some point.
Yeah, because the only channel you can watch NASCAR on in the UK is actually behind an extra paywall, because it used to be on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
But now you've got to pay for that channel in addition to Sky Sports.
Oh.
There's only one place that shows the races in the UK, unless you rewatch them on YouTube, because conveniently, NASCAR's YouTube channel does put full race replays on the day after.
Yeah.
So it'll be up tonight, but I'll try to watch it, but it's going to be like 3-4 hours long. Because NASCAR races take forever.
I mean, yeah, the races do take quite a while, so it makes sense.
Like, each of the 3 stages is the size of a long Formula One race.
Yeah.
So, yeah, NASCAR is, if you want to watch it, you've got to set aside a few hours of your time.
Just get some popcorn. Just get some popcorn, a lot of snacks, and just wrap up.
Yeah. Oh, also, there is another bit of NASCAR news. This morning, also, in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race, NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. returned for his annual race at Richmond. So Dale Earnhardt Jr. came back in the 88. Or was he in the 8? He was in the, because he's been both, I can't remember which he used. But
Oh wow.
I'm just so happy to see that he came back, because I wasn't actually expecting him to come back, because of course, I've only started to watch NASCAR this year, and I didn't know he came back every year for a race. That was really nice to see. Because, I mean, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is probably one of the most famous NASCAR drivers of all time.
Damn.
So, nice to see him back. I believe he finished in third. So, not bad for a once-a-year driver now.
Fair, though.
Because I don't think he races much at all anymore. Sadly.
I mean, still, it's good on him to do what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, of course, considering what happened to his dad,
Yeah.
I mean, he went on for a long time after that, of course, but still, like, I can't blame him for wanting to give it up eventually.
Yeah.
Like, because like I said a couple of streams ago, I think, he was 2 cars behind. There was a car between him and his dad when, obviously, he passed. So he watched his dad, unfortunately, pass away. So I can understand why he would want to give it up a bit earlier than his dad did.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, pretty good weekend overall. Unfortunately, the Hendrick Motorsports cars, which is the Chevrolet Camaros, didn't have such a good weekend. But hey, they'll probably bounce back in a couple of races.
Probably.
And I'm still thinking Chase Elliott's going to be 2-time champion. I've still got my hopes up for him.
Well, let's see what happens. Don't
Yeah.
don't lose hope just yet.
No, because he is the most likable driver. He is like the fan favorite driver.
Hmm.
And saying that, before he was fan favorite driver, his dad was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I don't know if you remember, like a fair few streams ago when NASCAR 21 Ignition was announced.
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned that on the championship edition, his dad's going to actually be in the game.
Oh. Oh, right.
And his old paint job, I think, I can't. It was his Coors beer paint job's going to be in the game.
Oh, I remember you
him.
mentioning that.
Yeah. And what I do find kind of cool is that I think he's taken up his dad's race number.
Aw.
So Bill Elliott's was the Coors number 9, and Chase Elliott's now the Napa Know-How number 9, which is really cool. So yeah, hopefully Chase Elliott wins this one again, because he's a really cool guy, brilliant driver, and yeah, hopefully, I don't know what the next race is. If you just give me a moment.
Yeah,
the
go
next
for it.
NASCAR race is the next race is going to be Bristol, Tennessee. Which sounds really weird to say.
Yeah.
The next NASCAR race will be at Bristol. Huh? Yeah, it just doesn't sound right, does it?
It doesn't.
No. Like a few months ago, there was a race in Dover, and I thought, okay, that does not sound right either.
I mean, you could try.
Yeah, like, I'd love to see a NASCAR race in the UK. My God. But I know there is a European NASCAR championship, but it only races in mainland Europe.
Ah.
Yeah, it doesn't race in the UK, which is big sad.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. But is there any other? Oh, yes, there is one last little bit of NASCAR news. A few days ago in Daytona, they did do a little mini race with some next-gen cars, because, of course, next year will be the rise of the Gen 7 car. And they did a little mini race with 7 cars. I believe it was all the Hendrick Motorsports guys, so Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, and William Byron. And I think they had 2 Toyota Camrys and a Mustang on the track. And from what little footage that I saw, it actually went really well.
Oh.
Yeah. But they have, well, some of the cars have something on which they're changing next year. They're sliding the door numbers forward towards the front tyres. And believe it or not, that's actually a really controversial move. Like, up until now, or up until next year, the numbers have been right beside the driver.
Yeah.
But now they're going to be pushed forward towards the front wheels. And a lot of people who don't like it, I'll admit, I'm kind of, yeah, very on the fence.
All right.
And yeah, and they're also pulling a really controversial move next year. As, again, up to this point, even from the 1940s when NASCAR started, they've used traditional 5 lug nut wheels.
Oh.
They're now going all Formula One on us and changing it to 1. So that's another very controversial move because stock car racing is called stock car racing for a reason.
Yeah.
It's damn near road car worthy. But now they're starting to change stuff like that, you know, they're becoming a bit less roadworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a shame, but yeah. Like, the sport's got to move on, really.
True. Everything develops over time.
True. But I'm still expecting the Chevrolets to be on top next year.
Yeah.
It seems that the Chevrolets do the best.
Always have to.
True. But yeah, that is the slightly longer motorsports section done, actually. You know, I've gone slightly over.
Better.
Anyway, well, I did have a lot to talk about this time.
True.
Yeah. Anyway, now, Marvel What If. It would appear that the trailer that I watched last week was somehow the wrong one.
Really?
Yeah, because this was not Party Thor episode.
Oh.
This was Marvel Zombies.
Oh, okay.
So not lighthearted at all. Yeah. Well, the episode... Okay, so this is the overview for episode 5 of What If. What If? Zombies? Like, that's literally what they called the episode.
I mean, that seems like a pretty decent title, because it's there, it's straight to the point.
Up to now, full-fledged questions. This one, What If? Zombies? Love it.
You got to be concerned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Especially with what happened. Well, the episode started off with actually the start of Avengers Infinity War with Bruce crashing back towards Earth after being beaten up by Thanos.
Oh, right.
And then we see him crash into the Sanctum Sanctorum, aka Doctor Strange's house, as he did in Avengers Infinity War, and then he said, Thanos is coming, like he did in the film. But then, Doctor Strange and Wong weren't there.
Oh.
And then he got up out of the staircase, which he crashed into and destroyed.
Yeah.
And then said, well, then he noticed there was no one on the streets. And then he said, oh God, am I too late? And then, and then 2 members of the Black Order came down, which really didn't give them much hope, as they are, of course, Thanos' goons.
Yep.
And then, just as they're about to kill Bruce, Iron Man shows up, along with Wong and I think it's Doctor Strange. But, oh no, it is just Wong. But it's not really them.
Oh.
because Bruce in the dust cloud notices that, well, Tony and Wong have kind of eaten the Black Order members.
That
Because, yeah, they be zombies now.
That doesn't sound like a healthy diet.
No, and then the Black Order members also became zombies as a result.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't sound like a healthy diet.
No, it does not. But just as Bruce is about to turn into a zombie himself, we see a familiar face who, thankfully, isn't a zombie. My boy, Spider-Man.
Hey.
Then he swoops in to save Bruce, and then swings off onto a rooftop. At which point we see some more people who Peter's managed to find who hasn't been zombified. Because we do get a little bit of backstory at this point that, well, we found out how the zombie outbreak started. And it all started with the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Spoilers for that if you haven't seen it. When Hank Pym goes into the quantum realm to retrieve Janet Van Dyne, who is Hope's mother and is played by Michelle Pfeiffer. But unfortunately, in this universe, in the quantum realm, Janet has contracted a disease that turned her into a zombie. Then she turned Hank into a zombie. And then when they came back into the into the actual universe, he managed to, unfortunately, get Scott. But that's not the end of Scott. We see Scott again. Of course, that is Ant-Man. But Hope, aka the Wasp, manages to escape.
Yeah.
And then joins Peter and his little ragtag squad of people, who consists of Sharon Carter, aka Agent 13, and Happy Hogan.
Nice.
And a guy who's basically a red shirt.
Fair.
Yeah. Give you 3 guesses what happens to him. Yeah. But then they decide, they also find Bucky, who is still not a zombie. So they've got a bit of muscle on their hands. They can pull off a fight.
Just about, yeah.
Which eventually they have to, because they head to Grand Central Station to head to Garden State Military Base in New Jersey, where Captain America was born, and where one of the zombie resistance operatives has found a potential cure.
Nice.
But it's a lot more complex than that.
Oh.
So they head to Grand Central Station. Oh yeah, Okoye's there as well. I forgot to mention that, because when the Avengers went to go and try and fight some of the zombies to try and find a cure for them, but it would appear that the Avengers also got zombified, because of course Tony's been turned. But T'Challa, who was with the Avengers, has gone missing.
Yeah.
He hasn't been confirmed to be zombified, so Okoye, being the leader of the Dora Milaje, his personal guard, has gone to investigate, which is why she's now with Peter.
That makes sense.
So they all head to Grand Central Station. Happy, Hogan, Sharon, and Peter go to a train to try and get it started again so they can get to Garden State. While Okoye, and this other guy goes to the train as well, the red shirt. And then Okoye and Bucky are on guard to make sure none of the zombies come in and get them.
That makes sense.
Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work. Because then we see the Falcon, who is now a zombie. And then, right in front of Bucky's eyes, Okoye chops him in half.
That's not useful.
No, yeah, so he then said, "Oh, sorry, that was your friend." Ugh. Yeah. So that was fun. But just as Peter is about to get the train restarted, a horde of zombies shows up behind him, and he gets the train restarted just in time with Janet's help, with Hope's help, as there was some minor technical issue with the train. But was being able to shrink to really small sizes, was able to get into the mechanism and fix it manually.
Yeah.
And then eventually they managed to get the train going, with Bucky and Okoye obviously joining them. Then we got the full squad on the train. But then, at some point during the journey, another zombie latches onto the roof. And then we find out who it is.
Who is it?
And yet again, Bucky has to see a friend die. It's Captain America. But sadly for poor old Bucky this time, he has to do it himself.
Yeah.
So that was a devastating one to watch as well. Like, for me, that was one of the saddest deaths of this episode. Because Bucky had to do it himself. What I found really weird was that all the zombie heroes still have enough brain power to use their powers.
Yeah.
Which was really strange. But, yeah, so eventually they did get to Garden State. Not before Hope got nipped by Captain America. Because he did try to eat her, but she went really small and basically entered his mouth. And then, oh no, it wasn't him. It was, well, Cap did get Sharon.
Yeah.
And then Sharon tried to get Hope, but then she went into her mouth and, she kind of exploded Sharon.
Ah.
This episode was very graphic.
It sounds it, honestly.
Yeah, but it would appear, as she did that, it would appear that with one of Sharon's teeth, Hope has been nipped, so she's gonna obviously turn eventually herself.
Yeah.
But, oh god, I forgot about this stuff as well. In the train station where they were fighting off the zombies, Happy Hogan also got turned. Sorry, there's a lot of details I'm just accidentally missing on.
It's all
Slightly.
good.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch it, rewatch the episode, I should say. So I'm just going off what I remember. So if stuff comes in, I'll make sure to refer it back to the right place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hope says to the remaining heroes, because as they pull up to Garden State, there is a horde of zombies waiting for them. And I mean, huge horde.
Just a couple,
Yeah, I think there's 200 of them.
Yeah.
And Hope says, okay, before I turn, I'm going to get you over them. Because she does an Ant-Man and grows huge.
Yeah.
And then she's kicking past zombies, throwing them out of the way. Then she gets the remaining heroes over the fence into the military base. And as that happens, she is swarmed by zombies. And then next time we see her, she is a zombie.
Ouch.
Yeah. But then the heroes that we have left head into the base, which is now actually a very dwindling group of heroes. Oh wait, the red shirt isn't actually a zombie yet. Oh god. So they all head into the base and find Vision.
Yay.
Because thankfully, being an android, he can't become a zombie.
Handy.
And the Mind Stone appears to have been kind of like a zombie repellent spray.
Yeah.
So he's managed to keep the zombies away just because of the Mind Stone. But then we find out something a bit twisted.
What's that then?
he kind of pulled a WandaVision slightly.
How so?
Kinda. Well, in the military base, Wanda's there, but she's also a zombie. And he's been luring people there to keep her fed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And at this point, we find T'Challa. And the head of Scott.
Oh.
Who, by the way, is alive.
Good to know.
Yeah. But we also find T'Challa with a missing leg.
Not good.
Which is how we find out that Vision's been doing what he's been doing.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah. And then, just as they're about to get out of there, Wanda wakes up and eats the red shirt, so he finally becomes a zombie. Then, thanks to the remaining Avengers, well, yeah, but thanks to the remaining Avengers' help, he atones for what he's done, and brings the base down on Wanda.
Yay, at least.
Yeah, and then he does something ridiculously sad, but kind of needs to be done to keep the other Avengers safe.
Yeah.
He pulls the Mind Stone out of his head, which, of course, kills him.
Ouch.
Yeah, but then the Avengers remember. Well, I say Avengers, like the four remaining people we have. There is a Quinjet in this base.
Yeah.
They then get onto the Quinjet, fire it up, and then they head off to Wakanda because Wakanda's shielded, and that would mean that it's the last remaining place on Earth that has no zombies.
Yeah.
With it having some of the most advanced technology on Earth, they'll probably be able to find a cure.
Yeah.
So they get on the Quinjet, they zoom off, but just as they're about to escape, Hope grabs them. Of course, she's a zombie now.
Yeah.
But Bruce knocks the thrusters onto full, and then they head over to Wakanda, which is actually where the episode ends.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger.
Seems like it.
Which is totally making me think, are we heading back to this universe at some point? Yeah. So the surviving tally at the end of this episode is very small. Scott Lang by the skin of his teeth, or should I say the hair on his head. Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, Okoye, Scott Lang, well no, I already said him, and T'Challa.
Yeah, seems like a decent pool.
Yeah. And it turns out that this is, well, actually, this might not be Chadwick Boseman's last performance, because if I'm right, I think we're heading back to this universe before the end of the show.
Yeah.
So that means we'll have more Chadwick Boseman to look forward to, which is always good. But
yeah,
the next episode of What If, but yeah, that was the episode 5 overview of Marvel's What If. I'm now just going to check the title for episode 6.
Just in case.
Okay. Okay. Right. This is the episode where Killmonger saves Tony Stark from the bomb at the beginning of Iron Man.
Oh.
So, this episode would be, what if Iron Man never became Iron Man?
Bronze Man.
Like, because the whole thing behind Iron Man was the arc reactor, and of course with him never being injured by the bomb, he'd never need the arc reactor, so he'd never become Iron Man.
Yeah, Makes sense.
But adding Killmonger into the equation, that creates some interesting possibilities.
What like?
Well, this could technically turn Tony into a villain.
Ooh.
Because Killmonger hates the Black Panther, because as far as he's concerned, he killed his dad because, well, he did. And he now absolutely hates him for that and wants revenge on Wakanda. So that could turn Tony into a villain, which means we could yet again see Chadwick Boseman. Ooh, T'Challa 2 weeks in a row? I think so. But yeah, like, there's many ways this episode could go, but I think the main one I'm going with is what if Tony joined Killmonger in his quest to get revenge on Wakanda and the Black Panther. So at this point, it would still be T'Chaka, as this is like 6 or 8 years before his death in Captain America Civil War, so it would still be T'Chaka who killed Killmonger's father.
Right.
So, yeah, I think we're going to see villain Tony in this episode, which could be very interesting.
Sounds it.
Yeah. But it's just going to be weird seeing him not as Iron Man.
I'm still thinking he's going to be Bronze Man.
Yes. Hey, Gambay, if you're watching this, you know what to do. Just do another one. Or just change the metal. Because that would be really hilarious.
Iron Man, Bronze Man, Silver Man, Gold Man, Titanium Man.
Isn't bronze extremely flammable?
Yes.
Or it's like
Copper
it's
Man,
like
Brass
real,
Man.
Yeah, like from what I've heard, bronze is like extremely susceptible to heat.
Yeah, that's why they have to combine stuff with a lot of different metals in order to keep it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll admit, I'm really looking forward to this episode because, again, it's a really interesting one because, well, as we know, Killmonger wasn't a character wasn't in the MCU until 9 years after Iron Man. So it's interesting to see where Killmonger is in this point in the timeline.
Probably not killing at least.
Maybe. Like, we don't know where he's going to be. We could also see Ulysses Claw again, who is hopefully going to be reprised by Andy Serkis.
Ooh.
And if you don't know the name, anyone who's watching this, Supreme Leader Snoke from Star Wars, the sequels, or Gollum from Lord of the Rings, / The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be interesting to see, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking this is going to be a Tony villain episode.
I mean, maybe just an anti-hero rather than a villain.
Yeah, maybe. It's just, like, technically, Killmonger is kind of an anti-hero as well.
So it's just an anti-hero versus an anti-hero?
Because, like, he's getting revenge for his father's death at the hands of the previous Black Panther, so... Or in this universe, the current. So, yeah.
Everyone's an anti-hero.
Like, or we could see a massive time skip to what would be the events of Black Panther, the movie. So, yeah, like, the only thing we've seen from this episode so far is the scene at the start of Iron Man where Tony's in the armored truck taking pictures with the soldiers, and then we see the scene where he's about to be blown up by his own bomb, and then Killmonger grabs it and throws it away. That's all we've seen so far.
Convenient.
So this episode has been really, really tight-lipped. Like, they have not given pretty much anything away about this episode.
Wow.
Unlike others, where we could kind of guess what was going to happen. Like, for example, Marvel Zombies, that universe is pretty well established in the comics.
Yeah.
Of course, Captain Carter was pretty easy. T'Challa was Star-Lord. The exact origins weren't easy to predict, but yeah, like, it's going to be a good episode no matter what happens, let's face it.
It gives you a lot of questions, but...
Oh, yeah. The main one is, what if? I have been waiting to do that for too long, frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my sort of predictions for next episode of What If, which is going to be, not sure the exact title, but what if Killmonger saved Tony in Iron Man? Now, on to the final section of this podcast. How's your week been?
Which we should always put at the beginning, but we never do.
Yeah, I will do it at some point.
Just not today.
Nope.
No. Hey, week's not been too bad. Just getting starting to get the stuff sorted to go back to uni.
Of course, yeah.
How's yours been? Because you've gone back to college now.
Yeah, I had my first day back in college. Unfortunately, a very lonely day, as I mentioned to you.
Oh.
Yeah, I was the only one of my friends who was really back, who wasn't super... Like, there was a couple of my friends back, they had a full day, basically.
No, that kind of sad, but...
Yeah. But that will change next week, of course.
Let's hope.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a pretty good week. As I've said, I went to watch Shrek today for the 20th anniversary, which is really, really odd.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that film gets much, much better the older you get.
It's very much a classic, though.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of jokes in there that you wouldn't get till you're around our age.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And there's even some jokes that acknowledge that. Like, some characters' reactions to some of the jokes are like what a child's reaction would be to them. So that was really weird to notice, but I thought that is literally how a kid would react to that joke.
Yeah. I mean, there's little details, like in the first Shrek, you'll see when the three bears get kidnapped. Well, not kidnapped, but, like, trapped, ready to be sold
abducted,
on.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see in another scene that it's just Father Bear and Baby Bear.
Oh, damn.
And the reason being is because in a different scene, when you see Fiona in her room, you see Mummy Bear as the car.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, wait, that was it. That was in Lord Farquaad's room in his castle.
Yep.
Oh, that is depressing.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that is depressing.
Again, you won't notice this if you're not paying attention.
No. But do you know what was really weird to see?
What?
The Disney princesses in a non-Disney film.
I mean, like, been there, done that.
Yeah, but it's just so weird to see now because that just doesn't happen anymore.
But the thing is, they're the only reason they're dubbed Disney princesses is because they've been animated by Disney.
Yeah.
They're based from Grimm's
Yeah.
Tales, so that's why you can
Yeah.
see them in the stuff.
Yeah, and Pinocchio, of course, was in this film as well. But it was just,
I think a lot of them are
yeah,
all of them are
yeah,
Grimm's Tales.
yeah. But it was just so odd to see because, like, you don't see that anymore. Like, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, all the others, they're Disney now. Like, there's not much else you can do, but like,
technically, but again, I still see them as
yeah.
like Grimm's Tales
Oh yeah,
because I'm very much a big fan of them.
Yeah. You know, it was just kind of a, oh yeah, that was a thing at one point. Huh.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that used to be allowed to happen.
It's weird, yeah.
Yeah. I just completely forgot about it. I thought, oh right, that's Snow White. Ah. Yeah, it was a good, it still definitely holds up even 20 years later.
Yeah. Also, I ended up seeing something today that Shrek was actually based on a French wrestler who ended up
Really?
marrying a princess. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's based on him, who looks like a sort of a creature in a sense, and he ended up marrying someone who was just not
Wow.
the opposite of him.
Wow. The more you know, I guess.
Yeah.
God, that's really cool. But I'll admit, this film, I was just thinking, right, let's see how many memes I can spot. The answer was a lot.
Now the thing is to figure out how many references you can spot.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of them, but I was just thinking, right, memes. Meme radar is on. Let's see what we got.
Hmm.
And then I found pretty much every Shrek meme in existence.
That's good.
It would appear that the only Shrek memes that exist are from the first one.
No, there are some from the second.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is. Like a lot of them come from this one.
True.
Anyhow, the opening song.
Yeah. That's where the opening started anyway.
Yeah. Like that song, it's gone down in history, let's face it.
Yeah. It's our version of Rickroll.
But what really surprised me was how short the film was.
Yeah.
Like it started at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
It had finished by 20 to 2. No, it finished by 20 to 3. So it was about an hour and 40 minutes. And I was thinking, that was really short.
Yeah. Well, the more you know, because the thing is, you enjoy something, and it feels like it's really quick.
Yeah, and I thought, I did enjoy it, but it was actually also a really quick film.
Well, you know for next time then.
Yeah. Now we just got to figure out when the Shrek 2 20th anniversary is.
You'd have to look that one up.
Yeah. And then I will definitely need a walking stick and some prune juice.
Say no more, I can get you that.
Because I'm going to feel old. Like, this one felt bad enough. Like, I thought, this film's only a couple of months older than me, and it's 20 years old.
Yep.
No.
Congrats.
Like Shrek was one of the last big films before I was born. Like, it was one of the last big kids films before I was actually born. So, quite weird to see, really.
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, we also did D&D yesterday,
Oh yeah, of course.
which was certainly interesting. Anyway, is there anything else you would like to talk about?
Not particularly, because I can't think of much this week.
I've got something that I just remembered.
Yep.
You know
Go
about this
for it.
already.
Yeah.
FIFA 22.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm very happy about this, and I might get this game for one particular reason.
You only have one reason to get it.
Literally. My hometown team of Wrexham is going to be in FIFA 22,
Yay!
which I am absolutely flabbergasted about.
Well, yeah. We don't usually see this sort of stuff.
No. And of course, we can put all of our thanks into this. So Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Thank
There's
you.
no doubt
Good
they're the ones
story.
who said to EA, oi, we have a team. Put them in. Go.
Go.
So yeah, I'll be able to play as my home team in FIFA 22, which will be the first FIFA game I've got for a very, very, very long time.
Always
The
something
last
to
game I had was
look forward to.
FIFA Street, which came out in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah. But I have but one goal for Wrexham.
Yeah.
I don't care how long it's going to take me to do it, but I will do this thing, and that is, I will get Wrexham to win the Premier League.
A bold statement.
It might kill me, but I'm going to do it.
Well, there we have it, guys. I have to apologise for the future, because our content won't be made any longer due to Cameron dying from FIFA.
Yeah, I will do it if it kills me, which in all honesty, it probably will. Because Wrexham aren't even going to be in a league, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Because the league we play in real life, FIFA somehow have been able to get the rights to it.
Right.
So they have to stick them in what's going to be called the Rest of the World League. But I think you can actually get them up through the leagues that are in the game. So it will be doable. It's just going to take a very long time.
That makes sense.
But so help me God, I will get Wrexham to win the Premier League at some point.
Again, if you take that out of context, bold words.
Yeah, it might take me a few months. It might take me a couple of centuries.
But you'll do it.
But my God, it will be done. But I'm also hopeful, kind of, that we're going to see the actual football ground in the game.
Imagine if they end up making the football ground in the game just because of this.
I will cry. I will flat out cry.
I'll get the tissues.
Because I've been there. Admittedly to watch rugby league, but
You've been to the football stadium to watch rugby. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, hell, when Wales held the Rugby World Cup in the early 2000s, that was a game there as well. The actual Rugby World Cup.
Fair.
I think it was Australia-Tonga, so it wasn't Wales.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but yeah, if the Wrexham football ground is in this game, I will cry. Because, let's face it, if Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have paid enough for EA to get them in the game, no doubt they'll have forked out a little extra to get the ground in.
Maybe. All depends.
They
just render Wrexham as part of the game itself.
That would I'm not sure if they do like an outside shot of FIFA, outside shot of the stadiums, but if they do, that'll be really cool. But just seeing the inside will be enough for me, like, because that will be a
Funnily
really
enough,
emotional.
I've never been inside it. I've only seen it from the
Really?
outside. Yeah.
Huh. It's decently big.
Yeah. Good to know.
Like, I did actually search up the capacity a couple of days ago. It can hold, very specific number, by the way, 10,771 people.
Yeah, that's pretty specific.
Yeah, but like, let's face it, if they paid enough to get them in the game, surely they've paid enough for the race course to be put in.
Who knows?
But no matter what, Wrexham, with my help in this game, are going to win the Premier League.
I shall wait and see.
Indeed, you shall. It will take a long time, no doubt. It'll be worth every second.
I have to ask for video updates from you.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Nope, don't have anything on my mind to talk about this time.
No? Okay, well, we're going to be ending a couple of minutes early.
Oh.
So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to have to do it for this stream, guys. Episode 19 of the Astoundcast, which I can't believe I'm actually saying. As always, if you're watching on stereo, don't forget to give me a follow on my account. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget as well to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget as well to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Conveniently, the sponsors of Wrexham FC. Don't forget as well to follow Roxanne here on her account, at @meandf, and at Roxo Rooney. And don't forget as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, @meandf. There we go. And
yeah.
That'll do it for this video, guys. For the stream. Unless...
people didn't always used to say hello when they answered the phone. It was the first regular phone service was established in 1876. Alexander Graham Bell suggested answering the phone with ahoy.
Yes. Yeah. I remember seeing that on Horrible Histories. Because back in those days, the word hello was like an expression of surprise.
I mean, it makes sense, though.
Which is kind of what it's turning back into nowadays.
Well, I mean, it is anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's your little fact for the week. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow on YouTube with another video. And I will see you guys next week for another stream. Goodbye.
Bye.